Good day, everyone. Welcome to Agricultural Science class with Mrs. Okoyinka Taiwo. Today, we'll be discussing the topic respiratory system. We'll be talking about respiratory system, and under this topic, we'll be talking about respiratory system itself, types of respiration, respiratory organs, processes of breathing, and importance of respiratory system. So, let's start with respiratory system. Respiratory system includes all the organs and tissues that are associated with the exchange of gases between animal and its environment, leading to the release of energy. The purpose of respiration is just to supply oxygen to the cells, which oxidizes or burn down the food to release energy. We have types of respiration. We have the anaerobic and the aerobic. Aerobic respiration. This is the type of respiration that takes place in the presence of oxygen. It takes place in the presence of oxygen, and this is the type possessed by all farm animals. We have the anaerobic respiration. The anaerobic respiration is a type of respiration that takes place in the absence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration is also known as fermentation. So we have two types of respiration. We have the anaerobic and we have the aerobic respiration. And this is an anatomy of the lungs. When you look at this, you can see the trachea, you can see the right lung, and you can also see the left lung and holders. So let's talk about respiratory organs. Respiratory organs refers to organs such as the lungs in land animals, like the diagram of the lungs we just saw, in land animals, and gills in aquatic animals. Other organs that aid respiration in land animals are the nostrils. Nostril is just two external openings of the nasal cavity in vertebrates that admits in air. Processes of breathing. We have two processes of breathing. We have inspiration, which is also known as inhalation. We also have the expiration, which is also known as exhalation. So let's talk about the inhalation. Inhalation is just the process of breathing in air into the lungs. Inhalation involves the breathing in of air into the lungs, and during this process, some activities takes place within and around the lungs. In inhalation, the diaphragm contracts and flattens out. Intercostal muscles contract, ribs are thus raised. The sternum moves forward. Volume of thoracic cavity therefore increases, and pressure in the lungs is lowered. This therefore creates a high pressure in the lungs, and oxygen is taken into the lungs. And remember, I told you inhalation involves breathing in of air into the lungs. Let's now talk about expiration, which is the same thing as exhalation. This involves the breathing out of air from the lungs. And during this process also, some activities takes place within and around the lungs. The diaphragm relaxes and returns to its dome shape. Intercostal muscle relax and the ribs are lowered. Intercostal muscle relax and ribs are lowered. And remember, in inhalation, the intercostal muscle contracts and ribs are raised. But in exhalation, the intercostal muscle relax and the ribs are lowered. The sternum moves backward. Remember, in inhalation, the sternum moves what? Forward. And also, volume of thoracic cavity therefore decreases. Pressure in the lungs is increased and carbon dioxide is expelled out of the lungs. Let's talk about breathing in aquatic animals. Aquatic animals use gills, which are located on both sides of the head region for respiration. The gills are in 3 or 4 arranged in the gills chamber. Each gill consists of a gill filament where gaseous exchange takes place. And if you look at this picture, you can see the gills. You can see in the gills, you can really see the gill raker, the gill filaments, the gill arc. And you can also see the gills where it's been located in the fish. Importance of respiratory system. It supplies oxygen to the body cells. It reduces heat load in the body, especially in poultry. It removes carbon dioxide from the body and it promotes